Okay, in the new business, we're going to discuss some consideration of the ordinance 21502, an ordinance of the town of Mount Carmel adopting the annual budget and the tax rate for the fiscal year beginning July the 1st in 2021 and ending on June the 30th, 2022.
I'll make that motion. We discussed funding a possible donation for Mount Carmel Elementary School for a car rider pickup system that they have been raising money for to try to assist with alleviate some of the traffic problems that we have on Cherry Street. I reached out to Ms. Glass regarding that. She let me know that there have been private donations raised at the school for $895. They have 3 stack days where they raised $1,794 for a total of $2,689 raised for this project. At the total, we're looking at they're needing $8,000 to completely fund that, and I'm proposing that we make a donation of $5,311 to fund this project for them.
I second that.
Have we reached out to them about their audit?
I have a copy of it.
You got a copy of it? Okay. Because they do have to provide one, so.
So we've got that for the donation
From the state, yeah, I'm assuming.
So we're good to go on that.
So your motion would be to add that $5,311 into the budget, or to allocate that money
Yes,
into the
allocate
budget?
that money in the budget.
And I second that motion.
We have to say, do we have a roll call on that one?
I think you just voice vote that.
First, okay. All in favor say aye.
Okay.
Those say no.
All right, so.
Was that 5,311?
$5,311.
I want to see if we can raise the donation to the senior citizens from $12,000 to $20,000. That way at least match the county. It's bad the county pay more than we are.
County's got more money we got too.
This is our town.
Yeah, I'll second that motion.
So now we have a motion and a second. You want to vote on that? Yeah.
Alderman Mindy Fleshour.
Yes.
Alderman John Gibson.
Yes.
Alderman Jim Gillum.
No.
Alderman Stephen McLean.
No.
Alderman Darby Patrick.
Yes.
Mayor Pat Stillwell.
No. Okay.
Additional discussion of the budget.
Is this where we can ask for a certain amount to be allocated towards the fall festival that we're wanting to do this September? Darby, when you sat on the board for the block party, do you know what their budget usually was for?
$40,000.
No, we can't do that much.
But we had bands, stages, and everything. It was badly. She has some really good wealthy friends donated.
What do you think would be a good allocation since you sat on that?
So you're not charging no rental fees for nothing, right?
No. We're not charging any rental fees. That's what was.
Well, we haven't even discussed it.
Oh, well.
The public outreach committee has not discussed it yet, so nothing's been discussed on
Well,
that.
we need to pass all that until y'all discuss it and then agree.
We're going to have to look at if we're going to allocate money for it. It's got to be done in the budget.
Right.
Well, you're going to have overtime for public works, and you're going to have overtime for the police officers.
Well, that would come out
And
of
maybe
their
the fire department too, I don't know.
Mike, what
We
did
had
you
all that.
suggest, how much to allot for that, our fall festival? We brought it up last
I don't
night.
have a recommendation on that.
15,000.
Right where I'm at too.
Yeah.
Didn't you just say at the workshop that you, on this budget, that you're maxed out to the max? So
This is the surplus.
No,
We have a $80,000 surplus.
Well, yeah, do you spend it every time you get it? You know, that somewhere's along the line, the taxpayers are gonna get hit with this. Taxpayers is not getting no credit.
Alderman, this board is creating the budget.
I
So
understand that.
don't make your case to
And it'd be
me.
nice to give something back to the community that
Consult
they
with the
haven't
board.
had.
I don't have a vote.
Next.
You understand we've got a budget that's, multi-million-dollar budget, and we're talking about allocating $15,000 for a fall festival for that.
For the community.
This is giving back to the community.
Like, we're talking about crumbs in the budget.
Well, you know, there's a couple of people on this board don't even pay taxes.
Well,
Why don't you ask these taxpayers out here, see how much they
Who
would
doesn't pay
give?
taxes, Jim? Because I've got an escrow account that all my taxes are going into. that.
Well, there's still people on here that don't pay taxes.
That doesn't concern me.
Well,
They're elected
apparently
this
it
board.
don't. But I guess I want to ask a question. You're always wanting to do something where it's going to make you look good. Why don't you do something for the town and the senior citizens and everybody else out there?
We tried just doing the senior citizens. We just tried to give them a
Question. I can hear.
You just voted no against the senior center.
I did.
Yeah,
And
now
I
you
got
wanna
a
help.
reason for that.
Which is it?
And I got a reason for that. What I'm saying, every time you turn around, they want to donate a bunch of money. They want money out here for the damn sign.
Would you
And it
please,
just don't quit.
from
Somewhere's-
now on, please watch your language.
Down is not cussing.
Yes, it is.
Straight them out.
It's, I mean, it's in the Bible, but it's a, you
It's
know,
damnation in the Bible.
you're correct. Yes.
Well, you've got a lot of them to talk, because you get carried away with it every once in a while.
No, you ain't heard me.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. You're lying.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead. I'm fighting a losing battle.
So what's the motion on the floor? We have $15,000 for
For the
allocation
fall
for the fall
festival.
festival. Yeah, I'll second that motion. If we're still waiting on a second.
I say,
Second.
So,
John,
let's
make
call
a
for the question, guys.
I'm going voice call these.
All right,
Mindy Fleshauer,
Yes.
Alderman John Gibson,
yes.
Alderman Jim Gill,
No.
Alderman Stephen McLean,
yes.
Alderman Darby Patrick,
Yes.
Mayor Pat Stillwell,
Yes.
Alderman Stephen McLean.
Yes.
Motion passes.
I'd like to go back to discussion on the senior center for just a moment. I think we touched on that, but I really do believe that there's something, we can do a little bit better than what we've been doing with 12,000 per annually previously. I mean, just so it's in the minutes on the record, I want to just read a little excerpt from what Ms. Jarrett provided with us here. Even though the senior center was closed March 20th to the inside use, we did not miss serving meals to the members of the community, whether it be frozen, hot, or shelf stable, we served. Our soft reopening was February 1st, 2020. They're open Monday, Wednesday, Friday with guidelines in place to ensure member safety. We continue to have various programs, activities, trips, and projects. And as things evolve with the pandemic at the center, we're a family, we laugh together, we cry together, we support each other, and for me, this is the only family they have. And they even have on the sign on the door saying all is welcome, and I do know from speaking with her, they're looking at doing a membership drive. So trying to increase their numbers and trying to increase the engagement. And I really would like to see us increase their funding and up to a more degree. And if we, I know Alderman Patrick proposed 20,000. Is there any discussion of what anyone is willing to increase it to?
We did give them money back.
We back paid them for
Back paid them.
COVID.
That was the thing. That was how much did we back pay them?
For 7,
Was it 65 or 5,000?
It was
12, we paid them 12, they got their full 12,000.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. But we did give it to them. Even though they
So but this is looking for next year's funding.
Yes.
say 19 then, go for 19.
And, before we just start throwing numbers, is there any discussion of what numbers, where we're at on that?
We have to do something there. We give our rec league quite a bit of money, but we don't give our seniors hardly nothing, and they built this community.
It's a service. It is a service, and if you go up there and, it really is eye-opening to go up there and see what the service that they do offer. Like she said, there's some that the only family they have, and that's a service that the town provides and that we should fund and support. And the way that we can support that is monetarily.
The last time this came up, they got $12,000. Chris Jones was the mayor at that time, and he said if they need $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 more down the road for something special, all they have to do is come to us. I think we should still make that offer if it's available. I know they got a lot of money in the bank, and that's just what worries me. They're getting all this money in the bank, but where's it going?
It's not our business where that money goes.
We're making it, it's a donation. It's a gift. It's a way that we're supporting, their seniors with a private organization. And we're just continuing to fund their operations. They, and think it's a good idea that they keep the politics out of it and run it amongst themselves. And so for us to get into any way, shape, or form of what we're telling them to do with their money, I think it's a bad precedent to set. I think that we should just make a donation to them, a fair, generous donation to them that gives them operating costs, whatever, to do these various programs, activities, trips, and projects. I mean, those things take money to do. So I mean, that's why I'm proposing we increase that funding, and I would like to make the motion that we go back to 20,000.
I'll second that motion. I'm not trying, I mean, it's crazy to me, and don't anybody take this the wrong way, but it's crazy to me that the seniors are voting against the seniors.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with that. Crazy.
Why, there is a reason for that anyway. Why are the seniors voting against the seniors?
Call for the question.
Yes, sir.
Alderman Mindy Fleischauer,
yes.
Alderman John Gibson,
Yes.
Alderman Jim Gillum,
No.
Alderman Stephen McLean,
No.
Alderman Darby Patrick,
Yes.
Mayor Pat Stillwell.
No.
Is there any number you can give us that where you're at,
I don't understand.
Mayor? Is there any number that you can give us any closer to where you're at on that?
They say she's got more money than I guess they need.
Well. And what, how much?
They're asking for 30. We're proposing 20. We're not even trying to.
We're coming up 8,000 and they're coming down 10,000.
Well,
Yeah.
give them like 14,000, I mean 1,400 then. I mean, shoot 14,000.
So we increased it by
Shoot.
$3,000.
And I said come down to 16.
Asking it.
It doesn't serve.
Mayor, can I say anything? You
Not
told me,
now, you can't, until this is over. Not in the middle of the meeting.
So is the $14,000 that you've mentioned, is that a proposal? Do you make that a motion for 14,000?
Well, I guess make the motion.
Okay. Do we have a second? It's more than 12.
All right, make a motion 16.
Well, we got a motion on the floor. So if it fails for lack of a second, then we have a motion for 16. Do we have a second? We have a second for that. So any discussion on that?
Do we have a second for 14?
Yeah. No,
No, for 16.
14 failed for lack of a second.
14,000.
So 16 is up now, because 14 failed for lack of a second.
We voted on 14, right?
No,
So
it's
14 didn't get a second.
So
Nobody
Darby
seconded.
made a motion for 16, I second.
The motion on the floor is for 14, Darby. Alderman Patrick, made the motion. Alderman Fleischauer made the second. For 16. For 16. Voice call, Alderman Mindy Fleischauer,
Yes.
Alderman John Gibson,
Yes.
Alderman Jim Gillum,
Nope.
Alderman Stephen McLean,
No.
Alderman Darby Patrick,
Yes.
Mayor Pat Stillwell.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Further discussion on the budget?
So that's gonna leave us with roughly 55,000 on the table.
Unallocated? Yes, sir.
55,850.
It needs to be now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, can, we also put in, I make a motion to do the, your pay raise for 10,000 to be added into this budget.
Can't do
That was promised to him, how long you been here?
3 years.
For the
3
city.
years.
That was from the merger for the
That's-
city.
yeah,
right, when he took over Marion.
When he took over Marion, what this is all about is when he took Marion's place, he was supposed to get got a $10,000 raise. And he gave his raise up, was it last year or year before last? So that the workers of Mount Carmel can have a pay increase. So not many people would do that.
If you could show me that on minutes, I'd like to see it. If it ain't on minutes, don't on water.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
There's a lot of things that
Always
don't
does.
go on the minutes that we discuss in meetings.
I'll second that
Now,
motion.
Okay.
The thing of it is,
Make a vote.
the
Vote.
town, Tammy paid you $4,500, right?
Huh?
Did she give you?
Make your case, Alderman.
I had that letter. I don't know where I got it, but I got it. I ain't got it with me. She paid you $4,500. That was all you had coming. And you admitted that. We was talking about the budget over here, and you said, that's okay, just forget about it.
Well, I'll tell you
And
what,
I haven't seen anything in the minutes where you're entitled $10,000. And I called other people on the old administration, they said that's not true.
well,
This
we've
is the old
sat,
administration.
he has kept the budget good. We have not had a tax increase. We have had a surplus at the end of each year. So he's done his job and done it well. And so this was promised to him as part of his hiring. So, yes, I still think. Did you say that? What?
John
I've got a
said
second, I've got a second, yeah.
I have one question there. I've been asking for a job evaluation ever since March. And I like to see a job evaluation first before we do this.
Well, we've got to put it in the budget.
Still, I like to see a job evaluation. I've been waiting on it. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, we haven't brought it up. I mean,
I brought it up in March.
I understand, but like, we had to have.
I hear that we gotta wait, but why haven't we got it yet? I know.
I call for the question on the motion, that we have on the floor.
I don't have a problem giving people money that has got it coming. I don't have a problem with it. But show me in the paperwork where he is entitled to it. What was promised to him?
I was here at the
Let me
meeting when
address
they
this.
promised things.
Let me address this.
I wasn't
And
on
I'm-
board.
Let me address this, because I'm gonna be very clear here. I've never said that I was entitled to anything. I've never even asked for this raise. The fact of the matter is, yes, I was hired as assistant city manager. I was hired in at $50,000 with the agreement that I would go to $55,000 when the city manager retired and I assumed those duties. It was also discussed that when Marion retired and I assumed those responsibilities, then I would get a $10,000 raise. Now, in fiscal year 19, June of 2018, I wrote that out of the budget. I wrote that raise. I voluntarily took it out of the budget. That was 3 years ago. That's $30,000 out of my pocket that I've never said a thing about. But you've made this a point of contention because you want to pull anything that you can away from me. So here's the thing. I don't regret what I did. We had 2 employees that were about to lose their job. This board was going to make the case that the last 2 hired was going to have their jobs eliminated. One of those employees is now a state highway patrolman that got his start in Mount Carmel. The other employee is in Johnson City Water?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not making this case, but you have made this a personal point of contention. So I will tell you what. Don't give me the raise. I will resign the office of the city recorder and the city can hire someone for that position because I've never been compensated for those
it won't
responsibilities.
be for $10,000 either.
I'll be right to the point with you. I wouldn't give you $10,000 if you did deserve it.
Well,
There
this
you
one,
go.
Why?
There you go.
I call for the question on the motion.
Yeah, can we,
Just wait just a minute. I got this for you.
Question's been called.
Just wait just a minute here.
Wait just a moment, please.
Mayor, point of order, the question's been called.
Alderman Mindy Fleshour,
yes,
Alderman John Gibson,
Yes.
Alderman Jim Gill.
What's this for?
his
This
raise.
is for my raise.
No.
Alderman Stephen McLean,
No.
Alderman Darby Patrick,
Yes.
Mayor Pat Stillwell.
Yes.
Statement.
I want to add one thing. Between him and Emily that came out a while ago, we've got a powerhouse, and I have to brag on them. Both of them work together really well. If they don't come up with a balanced budget, and we go in the hole, guess who pays for that? We do. And I don't know about you all, but a senior, they don't have a whole lot of money. So, and he does over and beyond. He was down here Saturday working on this budget last week before last. Week before last. And he's took it home with him.
Is there anything
And he
else?
doesn't get any paid anymore. So is there anybody, we can't discuss.
No, is there just anybody else? want-
Further discussion on the budget, yeah.
I noticed one thing, the park there for the servicemen are